Okay. Oh, this is so weird. Hi guys. Welcome. I haven't done like a... Well, first I wanted to say thank you guys for the 80 subscribers. Like, I started this channel and I was barely breaking 20. So to just see it evolve over this time has been like really exciting, but also overwhelming because I know I need to like step it up and like put out more content, and I definitely will. It's just, I don't know, I'm excited. And this was a video that was requested, so I really thought I should sit down and take the time to film this one. Here I am. This is an update video to my Seattle move, just so I can let you guys know kind of how it's going and things like that. I made a little sticky note of kind of something, a guide for me to follow. So there's going to be 4 parts, and the first one is the apartment. So in my first video I talked about the apartment that I was looking at, the one I wanted to get, and I ended up getting the one that I was talking about. I obviously don't want to give like too much detail, but yeah, so the one that you saw in my empty apartment tour, that's the one that I was trying to get from the start. And I don't know if you guys want an apartment tour. You see kind of most of it right now in the background, but I've been thinking about making one. I just didn't know if it was something you guys wanted to see. So if it is, let me know and I can do that for you guys. But yeah, so that's the apartment I ended up getting. I think it's the 400 and I want to say 20 square feet. And the rent has been $11.18, but of course there's obviously the fees like water and stuff like that, so it ends up usually being around $1,200, something around there. What was my last? Let me check what I paid recently for rent. $11.69 for rent. So sometimes it ranges. I don't actually know if I've ever gotten up to $1,200. I'm not sure, but that's what I just paid recently, was $11.69 for rent. And yeah, I honestly really enjoy this apartment. Like, it's my first apartment and I think it's a good location. I'm close to like the grocery store, but also restaurants and like public transit, so it's just a very conveniently placed complex for me. And also the apartment itself, like, it's been pretty quiet. Like, from day one, I haven't had any like complaints. I've been able to sleep. Like, it's been very, very comfortable, and I'm grateful that this is the first apartment I got because I haven't had any major like conflict. The only thing that kind of sucks is like it's north facing, so I don't get a lot of sun. Like, even right now I'm like right in front of the window, and like I'm relying on my camera brightness to give me some of that like bright, like that sun factor I don't really have. But it's okay. When it does come, that's what's really nice. It's like when the sun comes out, I'm like, wow, I appreciate it so much more because I haven't had it. So I really do enjoy this apartment complex, and when I leave, I can tell you which one it was. So yeah, I don't think there's much else I can say. There's much else to say about the apartment that I didn't already cover in the empty apartment tour. But if you guys have any other questions, just like let me know in the comment section. I'll answer them as best I can. But for now, we're gonna move on to part 2, which is my job at the Space Needle, which I can honestly make an entire video just about my job and stuff, but for brevity, I don't know. So when I first started my job, we had the orientation, and that obviously we were able to go up the Space Needle, and it was a really amazing experience. And I started working, and about 2 months in, I did get the opportunity to interview for a lead position. And honestly, I didn't feel ready. I was only there for about 2 months, but everyone was really encouraging people to apply, so I applied for it, and I did get it, and I have been a lead since then. So since August of last year. So it's just, personally for me, the job is very repetitive, especially the position on the ramp. So like when you get your ticket for the Space Needle, right now we have a pre-screening where you have to show your vaccination card, and once you get a little wristband saying you've done that process, you can go through the line that takes you through the Marvel, which is just like the information and background history on the Space Needle, and you walk up to us, which is the photo area on the ramp before you go to the elevator. And it's just very repetitive. Like, you greet the guests and you're like, hi, welcome in, you have a free photo, just have to scan your ticket. And then just imagine saying that like thousands of times a week and a day, and it's just very tiring, trying to keep that energy level high, and it's repetitive, which is not ideal for me. I came to realize, and being a lead, you're kind of on the ramp more so than not, when you're not like doing office work. So yeah, that's definitely something I noticed early on that was kind of like a drawback. But we do have the opportunities to roam and like do the roaming photography. So go up to the top, take photos for people, or go over to Chihuly, because we're a crossover, and take photos there, which I really am grateful for. But all in all, I think it's very repetitive, and that's why I don't see myself staying there long term. And also, there's not much room for upward mobility. Like, yes, I got the lead position, but after that, there's not really a place for me to go, and such. So yeah, that's been my experience at the Space Needle so far. We have to take a COVID test. Like, it was previously every day or twice a week, but now we take them every day, which honestly I appreciate them supplying that for me, because I also want to know if like I make sure that I'm healthy, make sure I'm on top of that. So I do appreciate that they're kind of getting ahead of it and making sure that we are tested and stuff before we go into work, and they provide like masks that like N95s if we need it and stuff like that. So I definitely do appreciate that. And the raise, we got raises recently, and we had the opportunity to have like $1,000 bonus if we just had to do like kind of these tasks. So I do appreciate the opportunities for them to like be attentive to our health, and also just like give us more money. So I'm grateful for the perks, other programs to help with like transportation and stuff like that. So I do appreciate the perks, but personally they don't outweigh the repetitiveness, just because I'm someone who I crave like a project and like a change, and like at least something a little bit new from day to day, and I don't think I'm getting that. Like, because even with catering, like it was the same type of work, but we had like a different event, a different location every day. And with like retail, like it's kind of the same thing, but you'll be in different spots every day. And I don't know, I just didn't feel as kind of like a hamster on a wheel at any other job, more so than I do at this one, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with the job. I really do also appreciate they give us like tickets. They allot us certain tickets for a month if friends and family want to come up, and I have been using that, but best believe me. But yeah, so that's kind of how it is working at the Space Needle. Again, if you guys have more questions about it, or you kind of want to know what a typical day looks like for me, like let me know and I can talk more about it, or you can ask me in the comment section and I'll answer. And okay, part 3, we have Seattle life and just like overall morale. So like how it's like just being in Seattle and living in Seattle. When I first came here, as you saw in the my moving to Seattle video, I was really enthusiastic, really optimistic, and just kind of ready to take the city by storm. And obstacles were like arising that kind of brought that morale down. Like at the Airbnb I was staying at, one of my packages got stolen, and that package had like my favorite articles of clothing and like my entire stationery collection. And that might sound like materialistic to some people, but I really treasured my stationery collection because I really enjoyed writing letters to people and kind of customizing them to things that they would like, and I just loved that. And the fact that like it was all gone was devastating, because some of that stuff was gifts, and I also had art prints in there that I collected from artists that I really liked, and those are things I can't get back now. So yeah, it was a rough start, and I definitely don't think I needed the Airbnb, because I signed my lease for, I want to say, to start May 17th, and I got out there like on the 15th. It was a very small window from when I got there to when I signed my lease that like I didn't need to be at an Airbnb. Like I could have been at an Airbnb for like 2 nights or a hotel for 2 nights, and then I could have gotten a mattress, a blow-up mattress, and been at my apartment. So I literally wasted a whole month at an Airbnb paying rent for here for my apartment when I could have been living at the apartment and not at the Airbnb. So I'm just frustrated, but at the same time, like, this was my first time doing everything, so I didn't know what to expect. So it's not that I regret, it's just kind of a learning experience. And honestly, that's what I have to say for this whole Seattle thing, is it's just a learning experience. Before I left, I was questioning whether or not like I could do this, and like I thought when I told my family I want to do this, they're like, no, they had their reservations, and I thought it was because they were doubting my capability to do it. It turns out they were not doubting my capability. They were just trying to make sure that I was more so like emotionally and mentally in the place to do this, and that I'm not so sure of. I definitely think, like, obviously, like, financially and stuff like that, I've been able to do this on my own, and just like independent wise, like I'm capable of doing this, but I don't think it was the right move for me at that time, because the whole time I've been here, I've been really struggling with the fact that I don't have family I can go to on an off day. I don't have friends close by I can just say, hey, like, I'm having a bad day, can we go get lunch? Like, I don't have that support system. Like, don't get me wrong, I have met some amazing people at work, but it doesn't really compare to the support system that I have, or that I would have had in Virginia or in Pennsylvania or in SAC. So that's been a hurdle that I've been working through, like, often. But I'm really grateful because people come and visit me all the time. Like, ask anyone at work, I'm always running down so I can get tickets for people to come up. Like, people have visited me so often, and that's what's made this so, like, bearable. Like, if no one was visiting me, I don't know how I would do this, but people come and they visit, they stay, and I'm able to experience the city, like, and give it a chance with people here. Because when I'm on my own, usually when I'm off, like, I'll stay home, or like I'll explore a little bit, but I honestly explore the most when people come and we do it together. So I've really loved having people over, and that's just been like the highlight, one of the highlights of this. But that's not to say I don't love living on my own. If I've learned anything from this, is that I love living on my own. I love having my own space to myself. I love that independence. I would just prefer to do this in a state where I have a support system. That's like the only thing that's kind of taken away from this experience. But Seattle itself, well, when I came in the summer, it was really sunny. It was really nice. It felt really comfortable to be in, and I feel safe in my neighborhood. Like, when I go take the bus and come home from work, I feel safe, and that's really important. Right now it's winter, and I already knew that it was going to be rainy, snowy, and cold. And as much as I don't really care for cloudy weather, it does make me appreciate the sunny days a lot more. Like, when the sun comes out randomly one day, like, I get so happy, because I'm like, it's few, those are few, and like, you kind of appreciate it and treasure it more than Cali when it's literally sunny every day. So I will say, although I don't love the weather here, I do appreciate the sunny days more, and they help. So I don't know, this I can genuinely say it's been an emotional roller coaster being here. I've had lots of ups and downs, highs and lows. But yeah, that's what I think. I think timing and just kind of location, it was just like a mixture of things that maybe like Seattle was not the right spot for me right now, but I don't regret this move, because at the end of the day, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have learned that I kind of want that support base, at least for right now. Like, I want to be close to family, and I don't know if I would have come to that realization if I didn't make this move. So I do appreciate the things I've learned here and stuff, and that I really need to learn how to cook. Yeah, I've definitely learned that I need to learn how to cook something other than breakfast food. Let me tell you. But yes, if you guys have more specific questions, I wish I could give you guys staple places to go and stuff like that. If you want me to make a separate video about like my favorite places, I can. But honestly, since I don't have my car, I don't go too far out of my area. So the places that I like are kind of based off of the area that I'm in. Yeah, that's overall Seattle life, my overall morale while I've been here. But that brings us to part 4, which is future plans. And yeah, so my lease is up in May, and I will not be renewing my lease. Yeah, I'm not renewing my lease. I'm not staying in Seattle. I decided to go back to SAC for a few weeks, and just kind of relax, reboot, kind of recalibrate. And then my sister is actually going to be having a baby, so I'm going to be going to go stay with her for just a few months. After that, I think I'm going to set roots in Cali. Oh, okay.
Side note, there's like a debate with this guy I work with. He's from San Diego, and I said I'm from Cali, and he's like, oh, you say Cali? Like, no, like nobody says Cali who's actually from California. And I'm like, but I say Cali, like I say SAC, and he's like, no, you have to say California. Like, so where do you guys stand? Like, if you're from Cali, do you say you're from Cali, or do you say you're from California? Because like, for me personally, I'm from Sacramento, born and raised, and if someone asks, I just say I'm from Cali. Like, California, like, I don't know, maybe all up to me. Anyway.
But yes, so I think I want to set roots in California, and then that way, if I do want to travel, like, I know where I'm coming back to. So like, I would love to just have one place that's home, because I'm really tired of moving and shifting, and then just go travel from there, and then just have that home base. So that's kind of where my mind's at right now. I'm also trying to apply to some online remote jobs, because I just think a remote job is ideal for me right now. I've been trying to get into copywriting. Again, I've been having a hard time out here because I am so used to having kind of insight in what I want for my future plans, and I don't have that right now. I like to think like 4 steps ahead of me, but right now I can only see like 1 or 2, and I'm okay with that. Like, the future's gonna come whether we want it to or not, so I might as well just keep making the decisions I'm making for right now, for myself right now, in the present, and then when the future arrives, like, it's just gonna come, and I'm just gonna keep on making decisions as I go. That's my mentality right now. So yeah, I'm trying to put too much pressure on myself, and honestly, I feel like a lot of us are in that same boat where we're just like, what are we doing? What do we do? We're doing the best we can, and we can't have everything planned out. I don't know, I just feel like we change so often as beings, so to commit to one idea of what our future looks like is unrealistic, because we change so often, and different experiences change the way we view things and change the way we think. So the future kind of molds itself as we are continuing to mold into who we are, if that makes sense. Well, I got deep for no reason, but I don't know. I've just been feeling a lot of pressure and a lot of like anxiety around the idea of having to have my future locked down, and I just genuinely don't want to add that pressure and anxiety to myself when it doesn't need to be there. Obviously, like, I think it's important to have goals and to strive for something. I also think there are times in your life when you just literally need to live your life. So I've just been trying to find that balance of plan but live. I still want to do the study abroad program in Korea. I would love to teach English in Korea. I think that would be an amazing opportunity. Hope you are all doing well. I hope wherever you're at right now in life, you're doing well. We're all hanging in there, it's a group struggle, okay? It's a group struggle, let me tell you. But I don't know, I'm just optimistic that things will work out. And like, okay, I was watching Are You the One because I couldn't find any other show to watch, and at the end of the season, the host Terrence J was like, whatever you chase will run. And like, I don't know why that like resonated with me so much, but it made me think about all these other things in my life where I'm like, I chased that and it ran away. And I'm like, now that just leaves me at a spot where I'm like, yeah, whatever you chase will run. So like, just let what's meant to be come to you. That's not saying like sit there and wait for opportunities to fall into your lap, but like, it's just more so that mentality of like, don't push hard on doors that weren't meant to be open. So I don't know, it makes me think, it makes me feel the things that will be opportunities that I might not get, were opportunities that I wasn't supposed to have, if that makes sense. Let me know if this makes sense. Sometimes when this camera's on, I just talk. Please let me know if that makes sense, if you guys feel that way too kind of right now. But yeah, so I look forward to making more content, getting the vlogs out and other videos. Also let me know what videos you guys want to see, because I'm not really sure what I want this to be, if that makes sense. So just let me know, okay? I gotta go edit this. Okay. I keep looking at the viewfinder, but I'm like, you're right here. I'm talking to y'all. We're here. Okay, bye guys.